Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible. Let me share my screen. Hello everyone. Hello. Hello Naveen. Good evening. Hello Jatin. Hello Infotech. Hello Sheikh. How are you? Good evening. Good evening everyone. Am I audible and visible properly? Can anyone confirm? Hi. Hello. Yep. Please teach Amazon. Amazon web development. What do you mean by Amazon web development? Infotech. You mean the clone, or what do you mean by Amazon web development? Yes. So let's wait for 5 to 10 minutes. In the meanwhile, you can ask your doubts, and then when the more audience comes in, we'll start the lecture, right? So, any doubts from the previous lecture? Do let me know. I'll explain that. Uh, yes, sir. Visible. How to build? What do you want to build? If you want to build an Amazon website, for that you need backend, right? Backend technologies you want to learn for that because you need to store some data and things like that. For that, you need backend. For front end, if you say we can only build the clone as in only the clone we can build, but not the entire website because we need backend for that. Yeah. So we'll see if that is planned ahead. So I'll ask the team if that is possible. We'll do that also. Yep. ठीक है. I hope. Yeah, sir. Clone. Yeah, I got it. Clone is easy. Like so, if I open Amazon, what क्या ही है clone में देखो. You have an app bar. This is very easy using Flexbox. Again, some some heading of some nav bar. This is a carousel, right? You can use vanilla CSS if you want to, and you can even use Bootstrap or Tailwind for that. So it's just a drag and drop thing. Right? Again, some more divs you have 1, 2, 3, 4 divs here, and inside those divs, I think these are images that you have, right? And same as those divs, you have these divs as well. I think we have done these divs, similar kind of divs, in the services section of our project. So let me just open the project. If you come here, services था क्या हाँ this, so these we have done yesterday, right? So this is exactly what these divs are. ये तो बना लोगे हाँ आसानी से. इसमें दिक्कत क्या है? बहुत आसान है. Again same, ये तो these divs are also similar to what we made yesterday, right? These divs again, so some height and width needs to be adjusted, but apart from that I think everything is similar, right? Images वगैरह भी they're also there, and same यहाँ पे divs है, but it has a carousel you can make, but for the carousel you need JavaScript. If you want to drag and drop the carousel, you can use Bootstrap, or you can use Tailwind for that, right? This is also same. This is also same. है ही क्या इसमें बताओ? इसमें क्या दिक्कत आई? सब जगह same divs ही तो हैं. And this is the footer section. Again, footer section, these are anchor links. यहाँ पे इसको you can give display, flex direction row जो default होता है. And here also the same. यहाँ पे you can give flex direction column if you want to. बन गया Amazon clone. इसमें क्या है? Right? Again, Naveen, good evening, Utpal. Naveen, homework, right? How to move arrow in the number box. Right. Thank you, sir. Now it feels easy. Array, clone is easy. So difficulty which you can face here is for the responsiveness. responsiveness में कहूँगा it will take time, ठीक है. अगर if I check the responsiveness of this bottom, so अगर हम responsiveness देखने जाएं इसका, कहाँ गया? responsiveness कहाँ से आता था यार आपको? Yeah, here it is. ठीक है, ये रहा. देखो, अगर responsiveness if you want to check for some device, let's suppose, it is not that responsive, but ठीक है, the person manageable तक है. Let me open it in ठीक है. Now we have can check the responsiveness. So if I head over to this tab, and if I want to check the responsiveness, so fairly responsive. Okay. So the challenge here could be infotech that if you want to make it responsive, then it could take some time and some efforts as well. बाकी तो browser में तो हो जाएगा, normal तो ऐसे हो जाएगा. चलो, खैर, चलो. Yeah, any doubts from the previous lecture? Yeah, so I give you homework, right? How to move arrow in the number text of a form. So I have some answer from Naveen. Input a WebKit out of browser button. Okay, this answer I saw I saw in the what you say Stack Overflow as well. Yeah. Hello, Radha. So yeah, any doubts from the previous lecture? You can ask me. Otherwise, we shall continue with our project. So what else? What the part is remaining? One is I think the intro part is also done. So we have to do services part and we have to do the block part. Services, I think we can keep it simple. Whatever services you provide. So let me open the Excel drawer if you don't have any doubts. Okay. And yeah, we'll also implement the we'll also hide the arrow which Naveen gave the solution. We'll also do that. Right. Chalo. So the next up is we have services section. So here is services section. Right. So what I'm thinking is, so let's suppose this is my services page. Yeah. सर्विसेज यार ऊपर ग्रिड क्यों ही यूज करना है जब हमारे पास फ्लेक्स बॉक्स है. तो ग्रिड में थोड़ी दिक्कतें आएंगी. वी हैव टू मेक श्योर to divide the divs or divide the grids and things like that. We have flexbox but we want to even use grid. जब आसान है flexbox and काम भी हो रहा है तो flexbox यूज कर लेते हैं, right? और to be honest I'm also not that comfortable with grid. I mean कर लेते हैं but थोड़ी सी दिक्कत आती है, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगता है. flexbox में क्या है, कुछ नहीं है, रो कॉलम दिया और एडजस्ट कर लिया अपने हिसाब से. इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट. ठीक है. चलो सर्विस में मैं क्या चाह रहा हूँ, सर्विसेज में ये यू विल हैव सम अगेन some text key what all services I provide, right? So what is my history and what is my experience and things like that you can provide here. ऐसे करके कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. एंड उसके बाद सर्विसेज में सो अगेन यहाँ पे divs होंगे हमारे पास of the services. So let's suppose a Firefox Flexbox is easier. Yeah, Chetan, Flexbox is easier, and also Flexbox is more widely used than Grid. Grid तो भी बहुत ही कम लोग यूज करते हैं. So इसलिए I also prefer using Grid. Okay, ताकि if for you also if you are let's suppose working on production and working in the industry, their developers will prefer using Flex instead of Grid. तो why not be prepared from the initial stage itself? जब use होना ही नहीं है, कम use होना है तो क्यों करें, right? Instead of कहते हैं ना स्मार्ट स्टडी इंस्टेड ऑफ हार्ड वर्क, तो स्मार्ट स्टडी करते हैं, स्मार्ट वर्क करते हैं, अगर जरूरत पड़े आगे तो कर लेंगे, क्या दिक्कत है, इजी तो है, यू ऑल नो प्रोग्रामिंग राइट, यू हैव द जस्ट ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग, सो एनी लैंग्वेज, इनफैक्ट ये तो चलो लैंग्वेज भी नहीं है, इनफैक्ट if you have good logical skills, good implementation skills, if you are comfortable with programming, फिर तो यार कुछ भी यूज करो, कोई भी लैंग्वेज यूज करो, इट विल हार्डली टेक सम टाइम, ठीक है, बट द मेन थिंग इज यू शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग, यू शुड बी कंफर्टेबल विद प्रोग्रामिंग, कुछ भी यूज कर सकते हो, कोई इशू नहीं है, फ्लेक्स बॉक्स भी क्यों यूज करना है, फिर तो नॉर्मली बिना फ्लेक्स बॉक्स यू कैन आल्सो एडजस्ट, यू कैन यूज लाइक वो पता है ना प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एब्सोल्यूट प्रॉपर्टी होती है जो स्टिकी वगैरह वो सब होते हैं पिक्चर्स के, लेफ्ट टॉप राइट वो सब यूज कर सकते हैं करने को, बट जब यूज होते नहीं है तो वी शुड अवॉइड दैट, राइट, ठीक है, चलो तो हाँ मैं क्या कह रहा था, थोड़ा सा इसको बड़ा करते हैं, राइट, तो अगेन सर्विसेज भी सिंपल रखेंगे, ज्यादा कुछ खास नहीं करना है इसके अंदर, हमारे पास ये पे डिव्स है, राइट, डिव्स के अंदर, ठीक है, यहाँ पे सर्विस में यू कैन टाइप इन व्हाट ऑल सर्विसेज यू प्रोवाइड, लेट्स सपोज यू प्रोवाइड deployment services, you provide designs, you provide front end, right, so all these comes under services part, so वो सब if you want to showcase, and in most of the portfolios developers have a service section, so that if you are my client, I should know what all services are there that you can provide, so services can be, let's suppose you provide me deployment services, थोड़ा सा बड़ा करते हैं, ठीक है, you provide me deployed EPLOY deployment services, ठीक है, you also provide, let's suppose front end, कह रहा हूँ, you also provide क्या कहते हैं, you also provide design, right, you also provide help with the SEOs are search engine optimizations, ठीक है, you also provide SEOs, ठीक है, you also provide front end services, remember these are not your skills, right, these are not your skills, because skill section we already have, this is just a services section, services as in which all services you provide, होता है ना services की, what all services are you expecting from me, so if you are my client and I have a portfolio and I want to, let's suppose, want to make my site hosted from you, so I should be able to see in the service section, okay, so you are the guy and you can host my website, so hosting is also a service, right, because you are providing a services, so I also provide hosting, and I also provide, let's suppose, backend, this is the backend, so hosting, backend, then you have front end, deployment services, design, and SEO, okay. Baki, you can go ahead and write your own services. It's nothing like that. So what do you mean by services? I hope everyone is clear with that. Services are the, I would say, कैसे समझाऊं? These are the services. Yeah, services are services that you can provide to someone. Let's suppose you go to a shop. Let's suppose you go to a shop and there you find something, some let's suppose not shop or a website, okay, website, and you want to purchase something. So let's suppose you go to Amazon. So Amazon provides buying services, plus it also provides selling services. If you want to sell your goods to Amazon, you can also sell there, right? So these are the two things that it provides. So buying and selling. Here also, if I see your portfolio, I should be aware ki what all services can you provide to me. Let's suppose I'm looking for a freelancer who can provide me deployment services. If I come to your portfolio and I see, oh, you also provide deployment services, so I will also see how is it different from skills. Jatin, it is different because you're not mentioning your skills. So I provide front end, but I'm not mentioning what skills do I have. Am I'm comfortable with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, or I'm comfortable with Django, Python. I'm not providing that. I'm just providing the skills that I have. अब जैसे if you go to Amazon, right? Amazon provides selling services also. So it does not tell that how to sell, how to approach the branch manager, how to go to how to go to a store, how to sell. It does not provide that. It only provides services. That is end-to-end services. I'm not if I if I will give you something, if I come to you, let's suppose if I come to you and I tell you that I want deployment services for you, so I will not care how you deploy it. I will just care that it should be deployed irrespective of the skills that you have. I only want the end product. Let's suppose you come to me and you tell me that I want hosting services from you, right? Hosting services. So I say I don't care. So I, as a owner, don't care whether it should be hosted on GitHub, whether it should be hosted on Netlify, whether it should be hosted on Heroku, whether it should be hosted on Vercel. I don't care. I just want the services. I just want the end product. That's it. Got it, Jatin? So I want to ask one thing about GitHub. GitHub. What is Hacktober Fest in GitHub and what is the use of? So Nandan will discuss it after the session, right? Let's continue the session first. Yes. So ठीक है. चलो, with that being said, so this is the UI that I have prepared, right? All the basics से UI prepare किया है. I'm not a UI designer, but yeah, I have some idea about the design. So this is the thing that I have prepared. चलो इसको क्लोन करते हैं. ठीक है, बहुत आसान है. सबसे पहले I'll go to the document. I'll just open it here. उसके पहले, so I want to make the services. So I think I already have the so I think I already have the services page. This is the home page. This is the services page. ठीक है. I already have the services page, and now we have to clone it. So let me close intro. Yeah, this is the services, and this is so in services. This is my container. Inside container, I have a sidebar, and container. Yeah, okay, I need to. If I type anything here, it will come to the side page direction. To the bottom here. Okay. So this is my sidebar that I have made already yesterday. Right? Yesterday on the first day. This is the container, and this is the UL. This is the navbar which I have. So if I come to index.html and I have a container here, and in this I have a div. This is the sidemost part that I have. Okay, chalo. So let's come here. Let's come to the sidebar. यहाँ पे let's make another div that says services section, service container, service underscore container. ठीक है. चलो. Not okay. Let me just comment it. So yeah, dot service underscore container. यहाँ पे. So what do I have? First of all, I can see I have some kind of text. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे dot service heading. Dot service heading. In this I have an h2 या h1. चलो h2 लेते हैं. This is my services. ठीक है. My service. And उसके बाद I have some text. So यहाँ पे सर्विस हेडिंग के बाद थोड़ा सा टेक्स्ट. ठीक है. अब इसमें so let's suppose dot service info about your services info, and here let me have some random text lorem 10. ठीक है. Now apart from this, so these all will be in one to each other. So I need to wrap it inside a div, and I need to give it a flex direction column, right? So what I'll do is I'll quickly come to this part, and I'll say service header dot service header, and inside this I'll enclose both these divs. As simple as that. So this is my service header, and inside service header I have two divs. One is the service heading, that is the service, and another is service info. So that is this. So I'll quickly come to here, service header. Okay, in style.css, right? Service header, and कुछ नहीं करना, display I'll give it flex. Okay, and I'll give it flex direction. Sir, why are you not using ID? We have class. What is the so I can use ID as well. That is up to me because I'm using class because there might be cases because see, so the difference between ID and class is that ID is unique. You can only name one div with a similar ID. Okay, you can go ahead and name the same IDs, but it is not recommended. So ID is unique. Only one div will have a particular ID, right? But class, I prefer using class every time because I am not sure whether I want to use that same class in some other div, right? So let's suppose if I come here, if I come to service.html, let's suppose this is the service header. Okay, it might be a case that I want to reuse this class somewhere else. So that's why I prefer using class, right? Although I can do the I can do the same thing with ID as well, but it is a game of preference. I prefer using class. Some developers might use ID as well here, but it is totally optional. You can use anything you want. That's totally fine, right? I hope I answered your question on that. Okay. So yeah, I was here, right? I was in the CSS part. Okay. Yeah. Just give me a second. Let me finish this. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सेंटर में ले आते हैं, लाइन आइटम सेंटर एंड कंटेंट यहीं पे रहने देते हैं. थोड़ा सा इसको लेट्स गिव सम margin top of around 16 pixels. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा gap between the two, gap of around 16 pixels as well, right? थोड़ा सा font family of थोड़ा सा बेटर लग रहा है. चलो अभी तो हो गया सर्विस सेक्शन. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे justify content को let's give some space between because it is very stuck to this side, right? Justify content, if I justify content, if I use space around nine. Let me see and give it some border of 2 pixels, solid red. All right, service header. Service container, let me target service container as well. Dot service container, border 2 pixels, solid black. So this is the whole section. If I give it a width of 100% viewport width, हाँ ठीक है, अब ठीक है. So just tell me one thing, when I change in my code, it doesn't reflect on my web page. First close it, then I will open it again, then it is reflected. Jatin, you are not saving it then. What to do when I change in my code? So kuch nahi, Jatin, do one thing. Click, just go to file, and here you have a option of auto save. Make sure to enable that. So if you enable that, a tick will come here. If so, let's suppose this is now disabled, and if I come to auto save, if I enable this, so you'll see a tick mark here. Auto save करके देखो, it might be solved. ठीक है, तो चलो. ठीक है, this is what I have for now, and I'll remove the border. ठीक है, I'll remove the border, and I'll remove from here as well. ठीक है, this is what I have for now, and चलो ठीक है. apart from this, now I want to make some divs, some cards, right? So cards भी again बहुत simple है. So I'll quickly come to services. This is the service header, and apart from header, now I want to make cards. So I'll name it dot. It's working now. Thanks. Chalo, great. Service cards. Yeah, service cards. में I have around 6 cards because yeah. So these cards I need to put it display. So I need to wrap it inside div, and each div will have. So what I'll do is I'll make dot service card. Service card, let it be container, service card container, and here I'll make service cards. Service cards, okay. And let's suppose I provide 6 services, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, okay. So what do I have? I have something like this here. Now I have a header, service header. Inside a service header I have service heading, wo to theek hai. Now I have this, so I need to place these. So what I have now, how did I copy? Control C, Control V, copy. Okay. So what do I have now? So I have this thing, right? So first is this thing. This is the container, and second is this container, this whole container. Treat these two as single containers. Now these are one below each other, right? So I can give display to it, and what do you think would be the flex direction? So I need to place them one below each other. Consider this as a whole single div, and consider this as a whole single div. I need to place services and header one below each other. So what would be the flex direction here? Anyone? What would be the flex direction? Display, batao. Anyone? Column. Yes, I think only Jatin is replying. बाकी लोग कहाँ गए? सो गए क्या सब? ठीक है. So I also have some gap of around 16 pixels. ठीक है, gap आ गया. चलो. उसके बाद I have some tips, right? 2 3 4 5 and 6. Still only. ठीक है, चलो. Right. So I'll quickly come here now. This is the service container. So I've created both index and style page, but when I start coding in style page, it is not reflecting in the output. Dhanvantri, check, you must have not linked your CSS. So यहाँ पे you have to link your CSS as well. वो check करो एक बार. This is the style.css. Again, this section, display flex, display blocking, display flex, right? Flex direction is नहीं, हाँ रो ही रहेगा, चलो ठीक है, रो ही रहेगा. अच्छा एक चीज और करते हैं, इसको लेट्स टारगेट ईच एंड एवरी सर्विस कार्ड्स. देखो डॉट सर्विस कार्ड्स, ठीक है. थोड़ी सी हाइट और विड्थ देते हैं. हाइट ऑफ अराउंड 50 पिक्सेल्स, width of also around 200 pixels, ठीक है. and एक background color so that we exactly know what is the, ठीक है. and यहाँ पे you can give gap of around 16 pixels, ठीक है. अब let's come in the browser and अच्छा एक चीज और करते हैं. let's give wrap, sorry, flex wrap as a wrap. इससे क्या होगा? It will come to the bottom of the page. Now let's adjust it according to our need. I quickly come to my browser. I'll open this service cards. I'll increase the height according to my convenience. चलो ठीक है। This is what I want to have. So height width I got to know from here. ठीक है। अच्छा, एक चीज और करते हैं, थोड़ी सी पैडिंग वगैरह भी, या फिर जस्टिफाई कंटेंट देते हैं, जस्टिफाई कंटेंट ऑफ स्पेस अराउंड। ठीक है, स्पेस बिटवीन देके देखेंगे, स्पेस बिटवीन विल वर्क। नो, एक काम करते हैं, पैडिंग दे देते हैं, पैडिंग ऑफ अराउंड 8 पिक्सल, पैडिंग हो गया। और सर बाय डिफॉल्ट, यस नंदन, बाय डिफॉल्ट फ्लेक्स इज ठीक है, इतना जानते थे। आई थिंक इट लुक डिसेंट राइट, इट लुक्स गैप को लेट्स डू 90। चलो ठीक है। Now after this, what to have? I want to place again. What do I want to place? I want to place the heading, and let's suppose this is my heading, and this is some information about the services. या फिर एक इमेज और एक इंफॉर्मेशन थोड़ी सी, ठीक है। And similarly for all that is we'll be having. So what I'll do, quickly come to the document section, quickly come to the services section. Inside services, so this is the service container, and I'll quickly cache this service container. I already have service container. यहाँ पे I'll give align item center so that all the content comes in the center, and justify content we, let's suppose want to give it at center. नहीं सही, ठीक है। सर्विस कार्ड कंटेनर राइट, ठीक है। Now after this, what do I have? I want to place some text. So if I come to search, this is services cards, ठीक है। So inside each and every card, what do I want to have? Let's suppose first I want to have a title. Let's suppose what is the service title. So H3 let's suppose, and here my service title will come, ठीक है। And after this, let's suppose I want an image, div service image. Here I'll provide an image, and here service image, ठीक है। अच्छा, it should be inside service cards, so here, ठीक है, ठीक है। Yep. Now after this part, so what I have done is I have made a service card, and inside service cards, first of all I have the heading service, that is the service title, and again I have another div. Let me enclose it inside the div as well. Service heading को भी div में डाल देते हैं, dot service heading को भी let's enclose it inside a div, ठीक है। सर्विस गाइड में I have a service title, I have an image, and उसके में let's suppose service info, यहाँ पे lorem text, lorem of text, Okay, this is what I have for now, and the same thing will be repeated in all the divs. So I have a div here, एक और div, एक और div, एक और div, and one more, right? So this is what I have for now. After this, I want to just format the information inside the div. So what I'll do, I'll quickly come to service cards. Okay, I'll quickly come to service cards. Display flex direction should be column. Align item should be at the center of my page, and text align should be also center. Okay, and justify content देना है क्या? Justify content नहीं, रहने देता है, बीच में आ जाएगा. Okay. So this is what I have for now, and इसमें we can also give some gap between all the things. Let's suppose around 8 pixels. 8 pixels कम लग रहा है. 18 pixels, 28 pixels. ठीक है. For now we can have this, and थोड़ी सी padding भी देते हैं. Padding of around 16 pixels. Looks fine now, right? Looks fine. One thing more, थोड़ा सा border radius भी देके देखेंगे. Border radius. Border radius of around 8 pixels. कैसा लगेगा? Decent. Obviously color change करना पड़ेगा. Color, I think you guys tell me what should I prefer the color to be. So the lightest green try करते हैं. Better. I have linked, but still. Acha, you have linked or CSS, but still it is not coming. Then check the file name. Dhanvantari Kulkarni, check your file name. I think you might have linked another file, and you might be changing the CSS in another file. ठीक है, चलो. Sir, how to know that I should use that div for modifying, for example, service card? So, sir, how to know that I should use that? So, Nandan, you have two techniques for that. The first one is either you provide the border radius. So let's suppose this is my service card, right? And I'm not sure that where is the div and where it is ending. So what usually I do is I provide it some with border. So if I do 2 pixels solid, right? So now I know exactly which is the div that I'm working on, and which exactly, and how much padding and how much margin should I give. That is one way. Another way is you can add background color. Another way is you can add background color, so that you can know which div is there and which div is there and which div is not there, and which div you are modifying. So that is you can get to know, right? I usually use border for that, so that I can know which div I am modifying. Some people also prefer background color. That's totally fine. And after that, make sure to uncomment that as well. Comment कर देना बाद में इसको as soon as you are done with that div. ठीक है. Now let's quickly choose some image. Yeah, it's a nice technique. I know. ठीक है. So now let's choose some image. So let's suppose this is the service title. And what all services I have provided? Let's suppose first is the deployment service. So quickly come here. Deployment. ठीक है. बाकी क्या है? Design. SEOs यहाँ पे I'll mention design, SEO, SEO के बाद I have front end, hosting and back. यहाँ पे I have front end, यहाँ पे I have hosting, let's suppose back end, and यहाँ पे I have hosting. ठीक है. Now let me quickly do one thing. Let me gather some images. So. First one is deployment, right? कोई भी मैं चूज कर लेते हैं for now. चलो ये this looks decent. Copy image link and यहाँ पे in the images RC I'll quickly paste it. ठीक है. हाँ इसमें let me provide some class of serve image. ठीक है. Yes, Nandan, all the codes have been deployed. HSL 3561%. चलो ठीक है. And I'll quickly target this. Height of around 20 pixels. Width of around 20 pixels. इसको let's adjust it inside our console. ठीक है. Let's come here. Let's come to the image part. and 50 would look good. छोटा लग रहा है तो इसको let's increase the height a bit. 86 and 86. This looks fine. $97. ठीक है. So height and width are 97 each. So 7 each. Border radius, let's suppose 50%. ठीक है. ठीक है. What is isolation? Isolate to? Yeah, we'll discuss that after the class. Very well, because I have not used isolation that much, so I'm not really sure about it. But I exactly isolation in CSS. It creates a stacking content. It defines whether a element must create a new stacking content. Okay, let me try. What is it? What does it say? Okay, isolation. Acha, we have given both ID and class, right? Isolation. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about this. You can check it from the source. I'm not exactly sure. Well, I haven't used it that much. That's right. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. After that, we will be getting some more image. So let's suppose this is the image that we have, right? And let's go. Let me find some other another images as well. So what are the images that are remaining? So this image is, let me provide class to each and every image first of all. Image class, image class, right? So move image class and image class, image class. Yep, okay. Now in the SRC, I'll find some design image. Design में तो क्या ही image है? I think yeah, I have pretty good. Copy image link. Let me go to the document. Style sheet, .html, and inside here I will provide it inside the design section. Okay. Then I have what, SEO. SEO. So here is the SEO link. Okay. After SEO, we have what, front end. Copy image link and paste it in the source. Okay. And after front end, we got back end. Back end, I'm thinking of adding sort of white image. What is back end? This is a single image. Copy image link. Right, and the last is hosting. Web hosting. Okay. These are the cards that I have, and ISCO, the other services. And if you want, you can also add some more details. Like you can, क्या ही add करोगे इसमें? Use mix blend board color burn for that first image that will get rid of the background. Right? I initially are you sure you want to go with the background color? It's looking nice, right? We'll see. Okay, so this is I think this is what all we have for the services section. You can go ahead and also design your own things that you want. I think if you want to go ahead, you can add some footer section. I think if you get time, we'll add the footer section. I'll add the footer section. But if you don't get time, you can go ahead and add the footer section as well. As simple as that. Okay. अच्छा, एक चीज और I want to do. So this is the container that container is ending where? Ending there, right? So inside container, let me go to the container part. And let me give some. Yeah, so Nandan, Dhanvantri, we have added, right? A footer section, so I'll tell you what is a footer section. and after that, yeah, क्यों नहीं रहा है? कंटेनर कुछ और है, लेट मी सी द कंटेनर. अरे बाप रे, इतना लंबा लिंक. काम करने से क्लोज ही कर देते हैं. So where was I? Yeah, I was saying that in order to make it, अच्छा, width नहीं. Let me come here. अरे बाप रे, इतना बड़ा लिंक क्यों आ गया ये? Let me close this as well, and let me close this link as well. Let me close this link as well. ठीक है, इसे भी क्लोज करते हैं, बाकी ठीक है. तो I have a container, and container कहाँ तक जा रहा है मेरा? यहाँ तक जा रहा है, and this is the container, and this is the service container. तो एक काम करते हैं, सर्विस कंटेनर को स्टार्ट. सर्विस कंटेनर, हाँ, सर्विस कंटेनर को पहले देखते हैं. वेयर इज इट? बॉर्डर 2 पिक्सेल्स, सॉलिड, पूरा है. इसको लेट मी गिव हाइट एज 100%, 100 व्यू पोर्ट हाइट. ठीक है. एंड साइड बार को भी लेट मी गिव 100 व्यू पोर्ट हाइट. कल हमने चेंज किया था, लेकिन उसको 100 दे देते हैं, दैट वी डोंट हैव टू स्क्रॉल इट. 100 व्यू पोर्ट हाइट. ठीक है. एंड नाउ, अरे विड्थ क्यों चेंज कर दिया? आई थिंक आई चेंज द विड्थ, not the width. Width should be as it is. Height should be 100 we put it. Right? Now I'm not able to scroll. ठीक है. Now let's remove the border. ठीक है. Sir, can we make its background more attractive, like services? So what exactly do you want to make? Tell me. Give me some suggestions and give me some ideas. We'll try to implement that. बताओ क्या करना है? In the meanwhile, yeah. So Nandan, footer section. So footer section is nothing, but it is the what you have at the bottom of the page. So let's suppose if I go to Amazon.com. So this entire section in blue color, it's the footer section. It tells information about the website, not the website. It tells it has some links, some URLs, social media handles, and things like that. और भी देखते हैं. Let's suppose if I go on to Trivago. Trivago में, yeah. So if I scroll to the bottom, as you can see, this in blue color, this is the footer section, right? This is the footer section. चलो. हाँ, yeah, we can add the if you get time. Sir, also apply border between sidebar and container. अच्छा, यहाँ पे you are saying, अच्छा लगेगा क्या? So border यहाँ पे बीच में तो पूरे को अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. So let's suppose if you are saying sidebar में, let me put some border 2 pixels, dotted डालेंगे ना. I think border हम सिर्फ एक डायरेक्शन में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, right? I'm not sure about it. How to add border only on top and bottom. I think border we can also add to a specific and specific page, part of the page. No. To only on right side. If you want to set a border left right, you use three values, none to the first and third. So none, solid, none, none. Okay, try करते हैं चलो. Our border is, oh, they're saying border style. Border style of none, solid, none, none. Let me comment this out. Yep, I have border on the only on the side part now. ठीक है. अब इसको instead of solid, let's make it dotted. Chat see. And I think we can give it some color as well. Red. नहीं. यार खैर छोड़. Border को let it be there as it is. Instead of 2 pixels, let's do it 4 pixels. थोड़ा सा cool. नहीं 3. सर add in dot sidebar dot nav. अच्छा nav में ऐड करना है. ठीक है, let's try. कितने पार्ट में सिर्फ, लेकिन बट फिर ये है ना, my page is extending right. My page is extending or I can do height auto करके देखें. No, इसकी भी हाइट ऑटो करके देखें ना. सो नाव बार में क्या होगा यार, ये इट लुक अनटाइडी. यहाँ पे नीचे इट विल आल्सो कम. सो यहाँ पे रहने देते हैं. एक काम करते हैं, इसको यहीं पे ऐड करते हैं. वी पुट हाइट. अगर करना है तो आई डोंट सी नेसेसिटी, बट अगर आप लोग कह रहे हो तो कर देते हैं. अच्छा, एंकर टैग में यूर सेइंग एंकर टैग में बॉर्डर विल नॉट लुक गुड. अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. हाँ, like जो if you have some, if you think you can improve it, so you already have the source code. You can go ahead and add your own style. Like this is my way of doing it. Might be that you want to add some more changes. Let's suppose you want to change, you're not comfortable with the background color. The Java background color change कर दो. It's as simple as that, right? You can go ahead and make your own designs. because अगर सब लोग एक ही design follow करेंगे तो it makes no sense, right? Design should be unique and it should be good as it. So you can go ahead and add your own style. There's nothing in that, right? जो करना है बिंदास करो. I think the most part is completed, but yeah. चलो, now we have the block section. अब block section में क्या सोच रहे हैं हम, देखो. First of all, I'll link it to blog index.html. चलो ठीक है. I already have the blog services intro and home. ठीक है. अब blog में कैसा रहेगा ना, देखो blocks क्या होता है. Anyone what are blocks? What do you mean by blocks, anyone? Anyone what are blocks? किसी को पता है blocks क्या होते हैं? कभी सुना है blocks? Yes, Utpal, Jatin, Dhanayantri, Nandan, what are blocks? Anyone? Nandan, what do you mean by blocks? कभी सुना है? We say that I have written a blog regarding this, regarding that. So what exactly do you mean by blocks? नहीं पता क्या? Neither, at least type yes or no that you do know it or not. So I'll tell you. Do you know what are blocks? Yes or no? What are blogs? Anyone? अरे बता दो भाई ब्लॉग्स क्या होते हैं? नहीं पता क्या? At least type yes or no in the chat box. Do you know what are blogs? Yes or no? PTUs blog format. No, it's not information on particular topic, expertise in particular field that people trust on you. Yes, blog is a content in text form on blog in form of video. Yes, so blogs are nothing. Blogs are just additional piece of information, right? It can, yeah. So hmm, it can be your opinion and it can be also be technical. So let's suppose if you want to provide some information regarding any topic, right? So you write a blog about it. Blog in the sense that you make them aware that this is the topic. Let's suppose about COVID-19, right? People, let's suppose I want to write a blog. Let's suppose leave COVID-19. Let's suppose I want to write a blog regarding AWS, right? So I can express my views and express my opinions and express my knowledge with that. So I can say that so AWS is a cloud storage. It used to do that, this. So in the form of a blog, it seems more presentable and more readable. So they are very there are blogging websites there we can. So if I go to Google and if I type blogging blog websites तो बहुत सारे मिल जाएंगे देखो blogger.com. So you can read, you can invent, you can write, you can do anything with that. Okay, so if I and you can also earn via writing blogs. So this is the website. It says blogger.com. You can write your blogs, and when people read it, right, they uh, you can, when people read it, your blog will get some ad revenues, and with that ad revenues you can even earn something, right? So this is my ID which I had made. I don't write blogs, but this is the ID that I made for just exploration purposes. So you can even post your blogs, right? You can have a new post, you can write something, anything you want to write. You can add some links and things like that. So these are called as blogs, right? So if you have some interest about blogs, go through them. And also if you have some interest writing blogs, you can, again, if you want to express your views, opinions regarding anything, you can go ahead and write blogs. Okay, and if your blogs trends up, you can also help you with some financial aspects. You can also earn money, right? Okay, so हम भी will also make a section of blogs. So blogs में कैसा रहेगा ना? So I'm thinking, so एक this is the card that will have card sort of something, and this will contain a blog heading. This will contain a blog heading like which regarding what you want to write a blog on. Okay, blog heading, and here the contents of the blog. कमी रखेंगे because here only the title and only the main part of the blog will come, and we'll add a button. ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक button add कर देंगे that will say read more. If you want to read more about the blog, you will be redirected to a website in which you can read more about it. यहाँ पे I'll have a button of read more. ठीक है, read more. And इसमें I'll replicate the same here also. मतलब काफी सारे बना देंगे and things like. ठीक है, so let's see how it goes and we'll modify the design as per our convenience. ठीक है, so right, blog में I have a blog here. I have a sidebar and I make a blog container. inside a block container, I'll make a block heading. Okay, it will contain head one, blocks. Yes, suppose my blocks. My blocks. How to get the link? So I'll upload the source code on GitHub. I've already uploaded the code for 2 days. जो आज का code होगा, I'll also upload that. तो वहां से देख सकते हो. ठीक है. My blogs, and inside my blogs, I'll have some cards. So cards में first of all, ठीक है. This is a block card. Sir, will we also, Sir Jatin, for downloading the CV, you you need JavaScript for that. So unfortunately, no. But if we do a boot camp, of a project that includes JavaScript as well, surely we'll be able to do that. But for now, no. ठीक है. Block card. अगर इसमें JavaScript होती then तो इसमें we would have added some cool features as well. So let's suppose जहाँ पे हमने ये बनाया, right, this services card. So we could have made it in a way that these service card would be in the form of a carousel. So they would move from left to right and things like that. But for now, since we're not using JavaScript, so it will be static. A GitHub link is so my username is Ritik Masan. Go to GitHub and type my username, and you'll see a repository by the name of portfolio and underscore HTML CSS, and then you'll find. So I'll show you. You go to github.com. This is my username, Ritik Masan. Go to my repositories, and this is the portfolio that you have. Portfolio HTML and CSS, right? You can add, but अभी मत करो. I'll upload today's code and then you can do it, right? अभी रुक जाओ, because यहाँ पे code is for day 1 and day 2. Day 3 का we're still doing, and after the end of the day, I'll upload the code as well. Don't worry. ठीक है, क्या? So here is the block section. Now this is the block card. A block card will contain all these things, right? So a block card will contain what? It will contain a block heading. And blog यहाँ पे heading देते हैं, यहाँ पे सिर्फ heading देते हैं. चलो ठीक है. Block card heading, right? Blog card underscore heading. ठीक है. यहाँ पे आएगा मेरा H2 में block title. Can you do that in dark mode colors? What exactly do you want me to do? Dark mode colors? The theme you're saying? Okay, so for now we have this block title, and after this we have some text. This is the block card. It has one div, and inside this div, blog text. Let's suppose lorem 15, and apart from this, it has a button. जिसका class I want to give as read more. ठीक है, and यहाँ पे it will say read more. ठीक है, as simple as that. And now I will replicate this block card. So this is the block container, this is the block card, this is the block heading, this is a block card. Inside this it has a block card heading, this one, it has a text and it has a button. So I'll quickly do one thing. I'll quickly copy this, and what I'll do is I'll quickly paste it. Suppose, yeah, these many of times. Now what do I have? Let me add some CSS to it, right? Now, yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry. Let's complete this first. Okay. Okay. Now what we'll do? We'll quickly come to the block container. This is a block container that I have, and this block container contains this div, and this block cards. I might do one thing, because I need blogs and because I need these two. So I'm thinking of wrapping both these in a single div. This is a block container, and inside block container I have this. Let's suppose dot blog container header. Okay, and I will wrap this inside a header. जहाँ पे ये खत्म हो रहा है, एक second. Yep. So this is blog heading. Just ignore that for now. This is blog card, right? So I have a blog heading, my blogs. Okay, and this is the card. So I want to wrap it inside a single div. Right. So ठीक है. Here I want to close that div. ठीक है. So now what do I have? I have a container div. This is the whole container. Inside this container I have a blog header container. And no, so not here. Blog header container will close somewhere here, because it will only contain the heading part. So this blog header container will close here, right? And this I have blog body underscore container, and this will close at the end of it. So this will close somewhere here. Okay, now it makes sense. This is the blog container, whole container till here. This is a blog header container, which is only till here, and this is the whole body container. Okay, so now I'll quickly do one thing. I'll cache this by reference. Sorry, not this block container. This is a block container. Okay, and I will give it display flex and flex direction column. ठीक है, उसके बाद I'll add some gap of around 16 pixels, right? थोड़ा सा border देके देखते हैं where it is exactly coming. Border of around 2 pixels solid, so it is still here. ठीक है, अब एक चीज और करते हैं, align items to the center. ठीक है. Now justify content, let's leave it for now. And one more thing we can do is just content of space around. Space around we रहने ही देते. चलो, let's leave it for now. Instead of that, let me have a width of around 100 viewport width. ठीक है. Now अरे ठीक है, and now instead of this, let me remove this. Why is it occupying only this much? Let's see. Let me go to the service.html. No, not services. This is the blog one, right? Huh. Blog container and blog heading. ठीक है. Let me come here. Let me inspect. Right. My blogs. Blog container. Align item is not working for some reason. Okay. ठीक है. After this, ठीक है. After this, let me give it some background color, थोड़ा सा light color of aqua white. इसको will change afterwards. For now, just for reference, I have made it. चलो रहने देते हैं, ठीक है. चलो after this, I want to make some space. So इसके बाद inside the inside the block container, I have a block heading container. ठीक है. A block heading container, ठीक है. A block heading container will now mix all these parts. ठीक. तो let me cast this by reference. Block container heading, display flex direction should be column, and let me remove the border from here, and यहाँ पे apply करते हैं border of 2 pixels solid. ठीक है. राइट, ठीक. अब इसके अंदर we also have one thing of we also have a block body container. ठीक है. block body container, इसको let's apply some border first. ठीक है. display flex and flex direction column. Sir, I have linked my CSS page, but styling is not. Dhanvantri, I told you, right? Check your file name. First of all, check your file name, and if the file name is also correct, then try refreshing. Maybe you have not. Then try saving. Maybe you have not saved your files. That's why it must be happening. But ऐसे तो होगा नहीं कि चलेगा नहीं. बिल्कुल चलना चाहिए. Check करो, या तो आपका file name गलत है. Either the file name is wrong. Either you have not linked your CSS, and the third possible reason could be you have not saved your files after linking. Gap of around 16 pixels. ठीक है, around 16 pixels. Now एक चीज और करते हैं. Right. So inside the body container, right? Inside the body container, I have a class called block cards. इसको भी let's cache it by reference. Dot block cards. इसके अंदर भी display flex direction column. ठीक है. अब इसमें let me give some gap of around 16 pixels here as well. And one thing more, align items to the center. And ठीक है. थोड़ा सा border of 2 pixels solid. Let me see. And a bit of padding as well. Padding of 8 pixels maybe. Not sure. Right. Okay. ठीक है. And now we have block heading, some text. अब थोड़ा text हमारे पास आ गया है. उसके बाद we have some button. अब एक काम करते हैं, right? We already have styled the button here. So let me give the same style. Let me see what class name did I give. So let me go to index.html. Let me go to my buttons, and this class is button. So let me copy the same class let me copy the same button class here as well. So button class is buttons. So if we go to the blog page, where are my cute buttons? Yeah. So instead of read more, what I will do, I will give it a class of button. So कहाँ गए buttons, बटन हाँ, बटन का ये क्लास था, right? So इससे होगा क्या, my button will look something like this, and same I'll apply the class on each and every button. बटन हाँ, बटन right. ठीक है, उसके बाद also I have a button here, same button I'll also provide here. ठीक है, अब one thing more, let me remove the border. ठीक है, and let me add some background color. तो background color कौन सिल्क क्या है, थोड़ा सा बॉर्डर रेडियस भी देते हैं, बॉर्डर रेडियस ऑफ अराउंड 8 पिक्सेल्स विल लुक डिसेंट, थोड़ी सी पैडिंग ऑफ अराउंड 16 पिक्सेल्स, राइट? let's increase the height and width थोड़ा सा. So if I come here, come to this part, so let me first of all increase the width around 90 viewport width. 90 ज्यादा हो गया, 80 देखते हैं, 80 is decent, right? 80 is decent. So I quickly copy this, paste it in block card. ठीक है, after this let me go to the block container, my blocks जो भी है. हाँ यस, अच्छा फॉन्ट फैमिली, हाँ तो फॉन्ट फैमिली दे सकते हैं, यस एज करेक्टली सेट बाय बालाजी. तो फॉन्ट फैमिली ऑफ क्या बोल रहा है, सैंड सेरिफ, दिस वन. आई एम पर्सनली नॉट अ फैन ऑफ दिस, चलो ठीक है, आप कह रहे हो तो लगा देते हैं. थोड़ा खाली खाली लग रहा है, तो थोड़ा सा ना, if you have written some blogs, so you can mention the what you say, the exact heading of your blogs. तो यहाँ पे तो I don't have any blogs, so that's why I'm leaving it blank. So करने को आप और भी blogs add कर सकते हो, नहीं इतना ही रहता, खैर छोड़ो. हाँ सर्वर वाला इशू है अभी भी, वो देखेंगे लास्ट में, फर्स्ट लेट्स कंप्लीट इट. ठीक है, सो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव फॉर नाउ. अच्छा एक चीज और करते हैं, स्टाइल में आई हैव, क्या है मेरे पास, व्हाट इज द कंटेनर नेम, ब्लॉक बॉडी कंटेनर. तो ब्लॉक बॉडी कंटेनर को, ब्लॉक बॉडी कंटेनर और ब्लॉक बॉडी कंटेनर भी की, आई ऑल्सो हैव ब्लॉक कंटेनर, राइट? इसको कैश करते हैं रेफरेंस से. लेट्स गिव सम बॉर्डर ऑफ 2 पिक्सेल्स सॉलिड. ठीक है, सही है. इसको थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड कलर ऑफ ब्लैक ट्राई करते हैं, मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ. कलर ऑफ वाइट, नहीं यार बेकार लग रहा है. a bit on the darker side. कैसा लग रहा है एनीवन? आई थिंक इसका ना कलर चेंज कर देते हैं, इसका थोड़ा सा लेट्स कीप इट ऑन दी ब्राइटर साइड, नहीं थोड़ा डार्कर साइड, ताकि वी कैन यूज, वी कैन is, let me go to the blog and let me use a color white here. अब अच्छे से चमकेगा. This. ठीक है? Better? Acha. One thing more before we start proceeding. So, lot of you are having doubts regarding how to download the certificate and how to mark the attendance. So for that, you have to go to this website. Link is also provided in the description box, right? And here you have to go to this program, building portfolio with HTML and CSS. You have to click on this. Okay, I have already enrolled. So अच्छा एक और बार click करते हैं enroll now पे. You go on my programs, click on this part, right? This part, and after this, here you will have the option of marking your attendance. Remember, you have to mark the attendance for all the 3 days in order to be eligible for the certificate. So mark the attendance from here, just like this. And which premium, also they have their courses. So if you go on to their homepage, they presently have 2 courses. One is Java DSA and other is C++ DSA, right? So the difference here between the bootcamp and the proper course is that these courses will be in depth, and it will prepare you for the industry, and also it will prepare you for the companies. So plus have they also have a 100% guarantee of placements. So if you are enrolling in this program, be rest assured about the placements. And about the price, so I think price is about 5,990. So you can also see it for the references, right? And things like that. And you can also go through the curriculum, what all curriculum they have, and you can discuss it with your peer members, and you can see. And if you want the placement program, you can surely go ahead with that. This is just for your industry experts, right? You can see that learn complete Java in three months, 120 of live learning, 3 mock interviews, 100 problems to solve, and get placed in 180 days. So after you complete the course, within 180 days, you will be placed. Rest assured about the placements. So don't worry about the placements here if you are enrolling. In order to download the certificate, so uh, wait a second. I think you have to go to the program again. My programs, HTML and CSS. Here on the top, you will have an option to download the certificate. So I think mine is not completed, but somewhere here you have the certificate if I'm not wrong. So as soon as the progress bar is more than 50%, you'll be able to download the certificate, right? Not before that. So if I come here, if I'll see, all 3 fields are mandatory. Interaction, let's suppose, or hands-on implementation, submit your attendance. So, and this is today's day 3. If I go here, click on this part, Java DSA and full stack, hands-on implementation, submit your attendance, and it will be marked, right? And things like that. So you can go here and mark your attendance from here. Similarly, on day 2, you can also mark it like this. All right. Sir, my doubt about what is your doubt, Jatin? That's the issue. Yeah, we'll be working on that. Don't worry. Okay. So this was all about their course. If you still have any doubts, you can get in touch with the the management team, and they will also let you know about the more information that if you are confused. So this is also what's your preferred color scheme? One of my friends will. So yeah, color scheme. It usually depends, right? As I told you, we as developers don't have to worry about the colors, the placement of the divs, the placement of the buttons. That is the role for the designer. So, but if you ask me honestly, if I go to the color wheel, देखो होता क्या है? There's a thing called color wheel. Okay. So what exactly? I would say is the point here is, let's suppose if you are using a background color of something called blue like this. So it'll automatically tell you that if you're using this color, you can use this color as an alternate. This will look good. So exactly like, so you might have heard about, right? See, so as you're using this darker color, automatically the things are the colors are coming in white. So this is known as contrasting things, right? So you can also choose a combination here, complementary, monochromatic, and things like that if you want to go ahead, and you can do that. So my point being is, if you are using a darker background color, make sure to use a lighter text color so that it is more appealing. अगर आप कलर भी यूज करोगे और ये भी टेक्स्ट भी यूज करोगे तो it will not look that good. So this is my preference, but you can go ahead and try this out. It will tell you the complementary colors, that which color will look good and which color will not look good. ठीक है, तो ये आप कर सकते हो and things like that. So if I choose monochromatic, if I go here, एक और वेबसाइट चीज की, I think it was Adobe color palette. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे if you go, देखो यहाँ पे देखो, you can also add colors from here, which colors will look good and which colors will not. So this is a usual what do you say, mono. So complementary means if you are using क्या कहते हैं, black. So black means these are all the shades of the black that you can get, right? And बाकी भी यही है same. ठीक है, blue use करना है blue use करो. So you'll get to know the trend. And यहाँ पे you can use the RGB color mode. So let's suppose if you want to use this, you can also go ahead with this part. Color palette generator it is called. And also one thing, so if you are using Mozilla Firefox, if you inspect the control, if you inspect the tools, so this is a color picker. Grab a color from the page. So this is very helpful if you are cloning a website. So let's suppose I want a similar color as the background color to be applied on my web page. So I'll quickly do one thing. I'll select this part, color picker, and as soon as I click on this, I'll get the hex code of it. So hex code may, let's suppose this is my hex code and I want to apply the same color that is there in this browser to my code, to my document, to my project. So if I come here, if I go to the sidebar, अब देखो sidebar में जाके if I apply the same background color, देखो, तो देखो जो background color मेरा यहाँ पे है, क्या कहते हैं इसको, होम स्क्रीन पे, देखा, जो background मेरा home screen पे है, same background is present here also. So this is the beauty of Mozilla Firefox. You can choose any color, you can just pick any color and you can just paste it. So if I come to, let's suppose Trivago, okay, and let it load, okay, and let's suppose I am liking this color, this text color. So मैं क्या करूँगा, quickly I'll open the inspect panel, I quickly click on this option, and as soon as I click on this option, so I'll get the hex code. अब यहाँ पे if I want to apply, I can apply the same hex code here as well. देखो, देखो ये आ गया मेरा हेक्स कोड. अब जो सेम कलर मेरा यहाँ पे था, टेक्स्ट कलर, दैट सेम कलर, दैट एग्जैक्टली सेम कलर आई हैव इन माय साइड बार, एज सिंपल एज दैट. ठीक है, तो दिस इज व्हाट इज देयर. ठीक है, क्लियर है. हाँ, डार्क लाइट भी कैन यूज, अगर यू आर यूजिंग क्या कहते हैं, डार्क थीम वाला ऑप्शन, यू कैन गो अहेड विद द ब्लैक कलर एंड टेक्स्ट कलर शुड बी वाइट. तो ये भी कर सकते हो. ठीक है, so with that being said, let's do one thing. Let me just थोड़ा सा be more focused about the sidebar. देखो ये एक, so we are having some issues. First issue क्या है, when I'm scrolling down, this is not coming to be a full bit. If I go to the intro section, this is also not coming to be a full bit. Services में अच्छा सर्विसेज में आई हैव टू सी इंट्रो में सर्विसेज नॉट वर्किंग, सो लेट मी गो टू द इंट्रो पेज। यहाँ पे लेट मी गो टू द साइड बार। हाँ देखो यहाँ पे अब नॉट एडेड, सो डॉट स्लैश सर्विसेज एंड डॉट स्लैश यहाँ पे क्या था, हाँ ब्लॉक डॉट एचटीएमएल, ठीक है। सो दिस इज दिस नॉर्मल पेज, दिस इज द intro page, this is the services page and this is the blog page, ठीक है। अब आता है साइड बार वाला इशू, ठीक है देखते हैं। तो एक काम करते हैं, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी गो टू द साइड बार, ठीक है। साइड बार का हाइट आई हैव समथिंग लाइक दिस, तो लेट मी डू वन थिंग, हाइट को लेट मी डू 100% व्यू पोर्ट। तो साइड बार में आते हैं, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल index.html, in index.html we have a sidebar, ठीक है। साइड बार में it is then the CSS साइड बार में height is let's suppose instead of 100 because I have applied some padding and margin as well, तो हो सकता है मे बी इसको ऐसे इशू आ रहा हो, तो 90 बेस ट्राई करते हैं सबसे पहले। 90 is bit अच्छा, ठीक है 90 नहीं 100 ही सही है। स्क्रॉल बाय को लेट मी ट्राई हिडन, अच्छा इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस Shridhar, we are not using the full position, that's why we cannot apply that. But अगर position fix करते भी है ना, उसके लिए मुझे I have to give parent one relative. So let me try it. But आप कह रहे हो position fixed, देखो ये इशू आएगा इससे। इतना बुरा भी नहीं लग रहा है यार, अगर देखा जाए तो। ठीक है बट इसमें एक इशू और आ रहा है, ये मेरा विड्थ खराब हो गया इसका, तो विड्थ कम कर लेते हैं थोड़ा सा, इंस्टेड ऑफ लेट्स हैव इट 200 पिक्सेल्स, नहीं लेट्स हैव इट 100 पिक्सेल्स, कम हो गया। एक काम कर देना, इसको इंस्पेक्ट में ट्राई कर लेते हैं, but I'm not sure whether it will work or not. So let me inspect, let me come here, let me come to this part, dev info में ये तो मेरे पास एक जुगाड़ है कि मैं इसको मार्जिन लेफ्ट दे दूं पूरा, बट देखते हैं चलो। dev info container, okay this is the info container, this is dev info. नहीं राइट में फिर द इमेज विल बी हिडन राइट इफ आई डू अलाइन आइटम्स राइट, अलाइन आइटम्स आप कह रहे हो राइट, हाँ राइट तो होता ही नहीं है कुछ, आई थिंक एंड होगा फिर, हाँ बट नहीं, that only works in flex I think, not here, right? ओवरफ्लो हिडन, ओवरफ्लो हिडन, चलो वो भी ट्राई करते हैं, बट ओवरफ्लो हिडन से तो क्या होगा, वो तो मेरा स्क्रॉल बार विल गेट हिडन राइट, इट विल नॉट, जो इशू है दैट विल स्टिल बी परमानेंट, ओवरफ्लो हिडन। पोजीशन फिक्स्ड हटा देते हैं एंड विड्थ को लेट्स कीप इट एज 300 ओनली। देखो इट नॉट वर्क, और इंस्टेड ओवरफ्लो हिडन लेट्स ट्राई ओवरफ्लो बाय, इशू है, कोई नहीं एक काम करते हैं, आई थिंक पोजीशन फिक्स वाला ठीक था, बट एक चीज करनी पड़ेगी इसके लिए, एक चीज करनी पड़ेगी यहाँ पे, लेट मी कमेंट आउट these two parts, ठीक है। उसके बाद let me come here, let me open the panel, dev info में let me give some margin left of around 10 rem. ठीक है, अब इसको let me paste it in dev info. तो dev info का है मेरा, dev info में let me give this. ठीक है, तो ये तो ठीक हो गया, बट अब मेन इशू है कि इंट्रो में क्या चल रहा है। इंट्रो में भी खराब हो गई इन चीजें। तो इंट्रो में एक काम करते हैं, इसको भी दोबारा खोल लेते हैं। दिस इज मेन इंट्रो। हाँ, मेन इंट्रो को भी मार्जिन लेफ्ट देके ट्राई करते हैं। मार्जिन लेफ्ट ऑफ अराउंड 19 rem। हाँ, वर्किंग सही चल रहा है। ठीक है, ये भी आता है मेरा मेन इंट्रो के अंदर। सो दिस इज मेन इंट्रो, लेट मी गिव दिस। ठीक है, नाउ इफ आई कम हियर, सो दिस इज एग्जैक्टली फाइन। लेट मी गो टू सर्विसेज एज वेल, यहाँ भी सेम चीज करनी पड़ेगी और ब्लॉग्स में भी सेम चीज करनी पड़ेगी। ठीक है, तो इनसाइड सर्विसेज, लेट मी कम हियर, सर्विस कंटेनर, मार्जिन लेफ्ट ऑफ 19 rem। ठीक है, सही है, चलो। और इसमें 19 की जगह इसको बीच में ले आते हैं। 29 rem, something like 29 rem. So this is my which is this is service container, right? तो सर्विस कंटेनर के अंदर, ठीक है, एंड वन मोर थिंग इज लेफ्ट, दैट इज द ब्लॉक सेक्शन। तो ब्लॉक को भी सेम ही कर देते हैं। या थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्सिव का इशू आएगा, आई नो, क्योंकि वी हैव नॉट हैंडल द रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस पार्ट। तो साइड बार के बाद बालाजी नॉट दैट मच, चलो देख लेंगे रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस भी। आई एम नॉट श्योर कि होगा या नहीं। ब्लॉक कंटेनर, बिकॉज हमने काफी इसमें जुगाड़बाजी बिठाई है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट। 19 rem ट्राई करते हैं। हाँ, ठीक है, उसके बाद लेट मी जस्ट कॉपी इट इनसाइड द ब्लॉक कंटेनर। ब्लॉक कंटेनर में मी पेस्ट इट। चलो, आई थिंक विद दैट द इशू इज आल्सो रिजॉल्व्ड। ठीक है, इफ आई कम हियर, इसको यू कैन आल्सो गिव सम बैकग्राउंड कलर। ठीक है, तो एक काम कर लो इसके अंदर भी, टैब इन्फो में थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड कलर दे दो, बढ़िया सा बैकग्राउंड कलर ऑफ लेट्स सपोज यहाँ से हटा देते हैं इसको। एक काम करते हैं, dev info, let's go to dev info, background color, and थोड़ा सा let's decrease the transparency। नहीं, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, let's remove it। Let me refresh this, yeah। ठीक है, anything else apart from this? Align right, the progress bar is 100%। which progress bar? अच्छा, 60 रुपये वाला। ठीक है, अब in the meanwhile let me push the code to GitHub। हाँ, अप डाउन, राइट राइट। अच्छा जतिन, आपने कैन यू अगेन पेस्ट दैट लिंक? क्या था वो अप डाउन वाला? ब्यूटीफुल वेबसाइट, थैंक्स नंदन। इसमें भी थोड़ा सा इशू है रिस्पॉन्सिवनेस का, दैट इज देयर, बट ठीक है, फॉर नाउ आई थिंक दिस इज डिसेंट इनफ टू गेट स्टार्टेड विद। ठीक है। इसमें अच्छा, one thing more, this is the initial part, right? Soon, so if let's suppose you are cloning the website and you are want to make your own portfolio, तो fill in the details, जो भी details मैंने blank छोड़े, or some text and things like that, and services also, and keep on adding new things, right? So let's suppose you learn something about animation, so keep on adding animations and keep on adding new things. That so uh, so that will, so what will happen, that you'll be staying up to date, and also it will look more and more better each and every day, because the more skills you have, the more better it will look at the end of the day, right? And also this is proper vanilla plain css that I have written. You can go ahead and try Bootstrap as well. Bootstrap is a css library, right? Bootstrap is a css library that will not ask you to write the css. You just have to copy and paste the css code, that's it. Bootstrap, and you can also go ahead and explore the Tailwind CSS. Okay, so I want you as a homework to explore Bootstrap and Tailwind, and the best part about them is they are responsive. You don't have to explicitly check the responsiveness part. ठीक है, got it? तो क्या चीज करेंगे हम? Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS. ठीक है, go ahead and explore these two things. Got it? In the meanwhile, also let me upload the code. Who will tell me the 3 commands to upload the code, to push the code to GitHub? Anyone? कल बताया था यार, आज तो बता ही दो. Who will tell me the 3 commands that will help me? Hover effects कहाँ पे करने हैं बताओ? Hover effects I already have the hover effects in the this part. बाकी और करना है तो थोड़ा extra हो जाएगा, तो I'm not doing that because I want to keep it plain and simple. Yes, Jatin. Commit git add dot git commit and git push, right? Nandan, yes. And एरो का वही तो कह रहा हूँ, एरो का कहाँ था? I lost that in the chat. होता तो कर लेना, चलो कोई बात नहीं, हो तो यू हैव द कोड, राइट? यू कैन आल्सो डू इट फ्रॉम योर एंड. कुछ लोग आप भी तो करो. सब कुछ थाली में पर उसको चाहिए क्या? ठीक है जतिन, कर लो एक बार, आप ट्राई करो खुद से. इश्यू आता है तो लेट मी नो. आई थिंक एरो का था तो सही कुछ, हाउ टू रिमूव नंबर एरो, राइट? हाँ, गेट पुश. सो 3 कमेंट्स, 3 कमांड्स आर देयर: git add dot, git push and git commit, राइट? क्या था यार? देखो ये रहा नंबर एरो. ये ट्राई करते हैं एक बार. So okay, let's try. गया तो नहीं, अभी भी है. Responsive in the sense, I didn't get what you're trying to say. It says use input type tell. Let's try this. Contact us में let's try input type tell. Tell is I think for telephone, but ये होता भी है कुछ, I'm not exactly, है तो सही कुछ. अरे अच्छा, ठीक है. हाँ, एक काम करते हैं, इसको स्टाइलिंग भी दे देते हैं. Style.css में let's remove this. and let's search input type tell. ठीक है जतिन, हो गया वो भी, देखो issue is gone. Now you don't have the arrow here. All right, Jatin. So responsive means, so Nandan, responsive means that it should be looking uh, looking fine on all the devices. So let's suppose I am designing for the laptop screen or for the bigger screen, right? But let's suppose you want to view it on mobile. So if I will view this same website on mobile, let me just copy it. Okay, so if I will view the same mobile on same website on mobile, so it won't look good because it is not responsive. So let's suppose I narrow down the screen. So this is how it will look, right? This is not look correct. It is fine up till here. Yeah, it is fine up till here, but if we shrink it more, after that it will break. So if my website is fully responsive, it will mean that irrespective of on whatever device I view it on, it will look exactly the same. Not same, but it'll look exact. It'll look it'll not be corrupt. It'll not be corrupted. As in, it'll not look bad. So this is if I go ahead, I think this is for tablet screen. It is also looking fine. And if I widen this up, it will also look fine. But till this point, it is okay. If I shrink it more than this, it will not look okay. But this is because of the position fixed property that I have mentioned. That's why I avoid position fixed. But in order to make the sidebar stick to the page, I have done that. So this is what is meant by responsive. How to make responsive them? No, you have options, like you have things called as media queries that you can make that help you to make your website responsive. But sorry, no, but you have media queries to make your website responsive. And if you want to use Bootstrap, so Bootstrap automatically takes care of the responsiveness part. Bootstrap as well as Tailwind UI. But if you want to use your own plain simple vanilla CSS means if you want to use your own CSS, for that you have media queries that will help you to make your website responsive. That's it. Okay. So I think the issue is also gone now. We have fixed the issue that scroll bar issue. And now if I go to the contact me page, it is not there. And now I will push the code in the meanwhile, right? So commits, you told me there are 3 commits: git add dot, git commit -m, project completed, and git push. Okay, with that the code has been pushed to GitHub. If you want the whole source code, you can visit my GitHub account, you can visit my repositories, and as well you can after visiting my repositories, click on portfolio HTML and CSS, and with that you can see the whole code. As simple as that. ठीक है? ठीक है? And GitHub में देखो, it also tells the language that which all languages have I used. If I would have used Java as well, JavaScript as well, so here I would have seen JavaScript in the languages option there. Yeah. So Hacktoberfest is nothing. It's just an open source thing. So let's suppose they organize an open source event. So let's suppose I think there are apart from Hacktoberfest, there is also Girl Trip Summer of Code, right? And there's also Google Summer of Code. So these all are open source organizations. So what they do, they have an open source, right? They tell you that all the projects are there in open source. So they tell you that come to our project and fix some changes. So there are some bugs in their code, in their repositories, and if you fix those bugs or fix those code, right, so they will reward you with something. It is not a monetary reward, they give you some goodies and things like that, right, in Google Summer of Code and in Hacktoberfest as well. So if you fix those bugs, as the code is open, right, the code is open source, you can clone it, or if you don't know, if you can clone it and you can fix those bugs and you can then push it, right? And as soon as you push it, if they feel that the issue is correct, you have solved that issue, they will merge they will merge that request, they'll merge that request, and as soon as it get accepted, you will get some message that your code has been pushed to their repository. And as soon as you, I think in Hacktoberfest you have to make minimum of 5 push or 5 commits. I think if you make minimum of 5 commits, means that if you solve a minimum of 5 issues in their code, you'll get some goodies and things like that apart from recognition. In Girl Script Summer of Code, this is also the same thing. It is an open source event. You fix some changes in their code, fix some bugs in their code, and in return they reward you with something. And I think Google Summer of Code is the most challenging and most competitive one. They also award internships for that. If you are decent enough, they also give you internships, and that in well recognized companies. But on the other hand, Girl Script Summer of Code and Hacktoberfest are just for your own practice and your own recognition. They also provide you with certificates, and that certificates have a huge impact if you put it on your CV or resume. So that's that for Hacktoberfest. Sir, give your Instagram. Instagram, so you can connect me on LinkedIn if you want to. So if you can go ahead. This is my LinkedIn ID. If you go ahead and type Ritik Masal, right? So this is my LinkedIn ID. You can go ahead and send me a connection request. I am available there, right? Okay. Anything else? I think you guys enjoyed the project, right? So how was the project? How was the overall project? Did you guys get to learn something at least regarding Flexbox? Because we have used Flexbox a whole lot of things, a whole lot of times, right? Google some. Jatin, where is it out? I type it again. I think I lost it above the chat box in the comment. Sir, when does Google Summer of Code conduct? Google Summer of Code, I think it opens its applications in February. Let's see. I'm not really sure. Google Summer of Code date or month. It opened on 4th May. This is the duration. I think the applications open 1 month before that. So maybe around April or March. That's 3 lecture में. Thanks Raza, thanks Alan. Make sure to also make changes, and if you think that some part is missing and you feel that it could be a good add-on to my project, be uh, if you think that it will be good add-on to my project, make sure to add those things and update your project, update your portfolio from time to time. So let's suppose you learn about a new CSS property that you think is not there in your portfolio but you want to have it. Kar do update, just update it and just push it again in your GitHub. As simple as that, right? My point being, keep upscaling and keep improving it by day to day, right? Chalo, I think that was all for the session, right? Certificates you'll get. Don't worry about the certificates. If you'll get the certificates. Yes, learned a lot. I liked Git and GitHub bootcamps. Thanks, Nandan. Thanks. Chalo. Anything else before we wind up? Thanks, Jatin. Thanks, Vai. Thanks. And if you get time, if you get time, make sure to start your portfolio from the scratch से code करना start करोगे, it will give you more confidence, right? And with that you will also you will also get to enhance your skills, because there's a lot of difference between seeing and coding it all by yourself. You'll face challenges, you'll get stuck, but mark my words, wherever you get stuck, wherever you feel that you're not able to do, go onto the internet, go on to Stack Overflow, whatever issue is there. So let's suppose I was getting the issue of that number, that arrow number. So I just went on to Stack Overflow, overflow, and I saw the solution, right? It is as simple as that. So next time I face the same issue, I know what to do. Instead of number, I need to use telephone, TEL, that so that that arrow button will not be there, right? So these are the things, or these are the challenges. If they come up, you will learn how to debug and you will learn how to tackle those problems. So if you scratch, if you code from the scratch, if you start from the initial scratch and initial beginning, uh, with that what will happen is you will get the hang of, you'll get an idea of how to code and how to solve bugs and how to solve errors. As simple as that. And trust me, it will help you in a longer run. The more you code, the more you practice, the more you solve bugs, the more complex code you write, the better you'll get at it. It's just a matter of practice. That's it, right? I myself, if I talk about my personal experience, initially I was not able to even make a nav bar, but with practice, with consistency, I was able to do that. So it's not about me. If I'm able to do it, trust me, आप तो आराम से कर लोगे. Because I'm a very slow learner, and given the fact that I'm a very slow learner, trust me, if you guys are even average, right, you'll be able to skill up very soon. And mark my words again, uh, it is not that simple, it is not that tough, right? It is not that tough. It'll only take some consistency. That's it. If you are consistent enough, if you code every day for at least half an hour or 1 hour at least, trust me, you'll rock. Okay. But yeah, you have to make sure that you are consistent. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने 1 घंटा, one day you coded for 10 hours and the other day you coded for 0 hours. That will not do. Make sure that you are coding for single hour a day, but you are coding it daily. You're having practice of coding daily. Okay, that is the most important thing. I'm telling from a personal experience. I've seen guys coding for whole month, for a single month, 10 hours, and the other month for 0 hours. That is equal to zero. I'll tell you, that is equal to zero. So you have to make sure that you're coding for only 1 hour at least, but you're coding daily. That will make you a better programmer and better developer. Okay. Chalo, I think that was all for today, right? Yep. Thank you for all your comments. It really means a lot, right? Chalo, with that being said, let's find out the session. And if you like the session, do let me know, right? Chalo, with that being said, we'll see each other in maybe some other boot camps and maybe some good projects again, right? Chalo, I'll take your leave. Yeah. Chalo, bye everyone.